Did your Facebook ads accounts get like funky or whatever when Facebook rolled out the e-commerce integrations and all that stuff, when they announced shops and all that? Did you see anything on your end?
No, but to be honest, I don't ever spend any time in Facebook Ads Manager anymore. Like that's
That's
not my
true.
thing.
Yeah, you're more on like the power partner side, the CEO side, things like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's where you're supposed to be. But I'll tell you what, it's super cool having you back on the show. I do want to say that your journey is damn awesome. Like you are like the American victory story of going from like you've tried, you made it, you tried, you made it, and then you just getting hit again and again and again. And when you look at like what Gary Vee talks about, it's not like smarts, it's not intelligence, it's grit. It's like the ability to get back up and go up one more time. And so for everybody who has like no idea your story, like they don't know about Houston or Kansas or your grandma, you know, like all that, right? Like, could you give us like a quick rundown of like where you are now? We'll talk about that later, but more importantly, like where you are when you got started. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. So first off, I appreciate the amazing intro. I need to do these interviews more often because it's like a big stroke to my ego. So I like it. But yeah, so for those that don't know me, my journey actually started before last February, but last February on the 13th, I landed my first client after, a few years of struggling. And what I did before, back in 2010, I started my own businesses. I was that guy in the kiosk or in the malls with kiosks trying to sell you something as you walk by. I actually was pretty successful at that. Grew to 9 locations at one point across Texas, Washington, and Florida. I started to do some international consulting for the company I was a franchisee of because they saw how well I performed and how well my stores did. So they had me as like their cleanup guy. I'd go city to city and I'd either repossess stores from owners that were running them horribly, or I would go help owners get them to profitability. Got rid of my stores, thought it'd be a good idea to give them to my employees, give them opportunities they'd never have in their life. I was very young at the time and they were even younger. And when they didn't have like the journey that I had building it. So they started getting some money coming in, partied their money away. And like literally a month or 2 months, like my stores started like not being able to pay the leases. The malls are coming at me because, I didn't do things the correct way and like get contracts and switch everything over. I trusted people too much. Which really bit me in the ass in the long run, but big learning experience. Got out of retail. That was after being, audited by the IRS, being, sued by the United States Department of Labor for back wages for their employees that were not even employed by me. Just a big horrible taste with retail. From there, I was like, you know what? I made a lot of money. I want to pursue my dream as being a rapper. And actually, in talking to Brianna Puente, I got to shout her out. We did an interview not that long ago. But she's like, that's kind of where your power partner journey started. And I didn't even think about it. So like when I was wanting to be a rapper, my strategy was I'm going to find, hey, what's the common denominator? How can I meet these guys? Because I can't just like pull up and meet these guys. Like I found a celebrity personal trainer that happened to train all the big rappers in Houston. My goal was to reach out to them, start training with them. And then like, once I started, training with them, he saw that I was serious coming in. I started like, hey, I need to adjust my schedule, and started coming in at different hours until I found the time that they were coming in. So then I started piggybacking like right before, or right after their session. So we, bump shoulders type of thing. After about a month, I was like, I can't make anything. Can I come in at, 12 o'clock, which is like the time they were all there? He's like, yeah, that's fine. It's going to be, Slim Thug, Zero, Bun B, stuff like that. Is that cool? And I'm like, it's like, yeah, that's fine. Like just playing it cool. Started working out with them. And then again, like was like, hey man, I can't make anything, but this time, can I come in again? Do you mind? And really just got on their schedule, got really cool with like Slim Thug, got really cool Bun B, his wife, Queenie, like all these big figures in hip hop. Slim Thug invites me out to the studio, love the atmosphere, decided, yes, this is what I want to do. Really underestimated the amount of time, money that it takes to actually be successful and make money in music. It's fun and living that lifestyle is cool. And I had the money to do it for a while. I kept up with Slim Thug for a while. We're at, clubs, buying bottles, sections, pulling up in nice cars. That lasted for a few months. Then I lost, all my income, got evicted from my condo in Houston. Had to start engineering, which I had to start recording other rappers because that was like the easiest way to make money because everybody wanted to be a rapper. Started, engineering at a professional level, did songs that ended up on Drake's radio station, worked with pretty much every big name in music, Moneybagg Yo, Young Dolph, we did some stuff for Travis Scott. lots of cool things. But in that lifestyle, you know, there's a few times in my studio, like it actually got shot up.
Yep.
Somebody got shot in the parking lot, like 3 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. And that was like my final straw. I'm like, this is not worth my time. It's not worth my life. I need to get out of this. I borrowed $3,500 from my ex-girlfriend's dad to pay off her lease because it was in her name, so I could move back to Kansas because I couldn't have anything in my name since I got evicted. So I had to borrow money from him just to move out, move back to Kansas, grandparents' basement, sleeping on the couch, like in an open room. Like my dad's got a bed on the other side because he just came back from prison. And, you know, we're sharing this one big room, and it was just like going from having everything, high-rise luxury condo, to sleeping at home, you know, grandparents' basement. Mom giving me $20 every few days for like food and living off gas station food. And at that point, I was just like, every night I would go to like this place called Hertz Donuts. Shout out anybody if they're in Wichita, Kansas, and knows Hertz Donuts.
Shout out to Hertz Donuts.
But for real, like my dad, he actually told me like a week or two ago when I was visiting family in Kansas, he's like, man, he's like, I never believed you that you were going to like this donut shop. You always said you're going to this donut shop late at night. And you're like, I never believed you, but like now seeing what you've done, like now I get it. Like you had to get out of this environment to like go learn. And like, it was really cool. He's like, I'm really proud of you. He's like, but I'll be honest, I did not believe that you were going to a donut shop every night. But I was reading, I was bootlegging courses until I could afford them, going through those courses. Got my first client February 13th last year, cried a little bit because it was such a long process. Before that, I had tried literally everything from cold emailing, which I did not know how to do properly. I was walking into businesses because, you know, I had nice suits still. And, you know, I was like, I walk in there, I know how to talk to people. Nope, could not get clients that way. Cold calling did not work. But finally started sending videos through Facebook Messenger, got my first client. Next day, got a second client. Within 30 days, got another client, and then got invited out to a conference in Tennessee with a bunch of chiropractors where they had me do a impromptu pitch on what you should look for when hiring the right marketing agency. And these are all like 7-8 figure like chiropractors. Most unqualified person to ever be giving that type of speech. Like I didn't even know what the fuck you should look for. Like trying to hire a marketing agency. Sorry for the language, but so we put together this presentation, and I was like to the point like 2 hours before, I'm like shaking, don't know what to put. I'm like, yo, like, what do y'all want me to talk about? I was like, you guys help me. Like, I'll pay you for each person that like signs up. They're like, oh, cool. Yeah. Well, you know, just put this, show you the results. Like, you know, we'll talk it up. Like, you know, we'll help you out. And I was like, all right, cool. So gave that presentation within like 7 to 10 days, closed the 30K first, like in 1 week. And it was like, holy crap. Like, this is way bigger than I ever thought it was going to be. And like, they were joking. They're like, you know, we could do this all day long. Like we got lots of chiropractor friends. Like, I was like, okay, cool. I can pay you all day long. And that's kind of like where the power partner relationship just kind of like, you know, spawned in my head, and we just kind of took it and ran with it. So long story short, that's me in a nutshell.
So you started from trying to make it, failed, trying to make it, failed, trying to make it, failed. And now you got to a point with your agency, it's 6 figures, but not per year, right?
A month, yeah.
That's per month, right? Just so everybody's clear, we're talking like $1 million a year business.
Yeah, 7-figure.
And correct, 7-figure agency, and you've structured it in a certain way so that you're not dependent on like the stereotypical LinkedIn or cold emailing or even like paid Facebook ads for getting clients saying, hey, I want to pay you money. You rely on a power partner process, and you're the first person that I've met to really refine that and make that a real life human being thing of like a series of steps that make sense. And when you came down to Miami, I know of the idea of a referral program. I get it. Yeah. Thanks. Here's some money. But you've built out like a whole dang system. You've got like Zap notifications and Stripe notifications and a client academy. And what's really, really cool is like your power partner not only gets paid, but people think you work for your power partner, right?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that for a bit?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm sure you guys have heard me mention Dr. Hoover. Shout out to Dr. Hoover if he's on here and watching. You know, he peruses these groups sometimes. But so anyways, met Dr. Hoover. He started sending me a lot of people. I got to a point where it was like I was getting a lot of questions from all these clients, and it was like, hey, can you talk to this person? Because you're doing the inner office stuff better than I can even explain it to them. Plus, they're going to listen to you. You're like a very high authority, you know, doctor. Talk to them. It starts working really well. I figure out, you know, hey, how about I just pay you to be like, you know, ongoing support. So instead of just like a one-time fee, I'm going to pay you monthly. But then now I was like, you can take care of my sales for me. You can take care of like client retention for me. And to the point where like anytime we get a new lead from any of our power partners, it actually goes to him. Like we have more than just him now. Like at first it was him. We went through his network. Now we got medical supply companies. Now we have manufacturers, and they all forward to him, Dr. Hoover, my main power partner. So I mean, he works for me full time now. Like he's plus. We actually have an entity now together. Plus my practice for chiropractors. But
love it.
Yeah, so he does all the sales calls. If there's ever any issues that like our technical team can't handle, or our account managers, it gets escalated to Dr. Hoover. He reaches out. And again, they think Plus Plus is his company. They think I work for him. It's a beautiful thing because my phone never rings. Like it's awesome. I get emails from Fandango and Jeff Miller about me going live. That's it. Yeah, like that's it. It's really cool.
So I don't want to say stumbled upon, but you figured out how to like productize, mechanize, and weaponize and systemize this idea of a power partner. And I remember it's you and Joshua Alger who like really helped like make this like a thing inside of the IC, but also make this a thing for your business. And I was hoping we could have like we talk about like the 4 steps to a power partner process that's help you land 30 clients in 90 days at $3,000 a month each, right?
Yep.
So like, is there like a series of steps that you take your power partner through? Because it's one thing to be like, hey, car wash power partner, send me business. That's not it, right? Yeah. There's other things that you have to do as well. So like, can you walk us through those like 4 major steps?
Yeah, so absolutely. So, and actually we're seeing this a lot now, especially like I really created like the power partner wave in chiropractic, like care period. Anybody wants to argue, I'll argue with you all day long. But I've had so many people like copy us. And like now, like literally it's a thing. Like there's like chiropractors that we've worked with reaching out to digital marketers and saying, hey, I got this idea. I got a network. I can help you. You know, I just need to help with the digital marketing side. So like we're seeing this. We have a lot of copycats out there. But first step is, you know, 1, get a client and make sure they get good results. So whether that's they're taking care of their stuff on their end and making it work once you get the leads to them, or you know, whatever it is, that conjunction, it needs to be pretty synergetic to where like you're doing your part, they're doing their part. And if they're getting really good results, that means they're doing their part once your part is done. So that means, hey, we connect, this works. The second kind of point is like, you know, if they're successful, you need to ask them like, hey, do you know any other people that you can send me business? Like, I love how you operate. Do you have any other people just like you? Like you're getting great results. You're actually fun to work with. Like stroke their ego a little bit. Cause then they're like, oh yeah, I know Jeff in Tennessee. I'll send you him. Yeah. He's just like me. So cool.
So I thought that was very important. You said just like you, right? Because you don't want people that are just sending you business. You want people that are sending you business that are a good fit and will get their stuff done. Correct?
Absolutely.
Gotcha. Okay.
You definitely want clients that are going to take their stuff seriously and make sure you get good results. But that's also kind of a way to qualify your power partner, because if he sends you just yahoos and they're crappy, then he's probably not a good person that you want sending you business if that's his network. Like I don't want that network. So send me something just like you. If they're just like you, hey, do you have other friends like this? And if you find, like, you'll find that person, like birds of a feather flock together. You'll find that elite person that's hanging out with all the other elite people. And that's just the term I guess I call it. But and then when you start to see that their network consists of people like them, then it's like, hey, you know, we could probably make this a thing. Like, you know, you're sending me your friends now, but like I can have you vouch because you're doing stuff right. Obviously the network that you run in, they either look up to you or they're all nice colleagues of you that are actually performing at the same level. Like you have a good network. You're the person that I would want to train my other, you know, docs that are coming in and maybe not at your level yet. So that's kind of like my qualifying process for them, if that makes sense. I can elaborate if you need to.
No, it definitely does, because I think there's always like tiers of an industry. You've got the people that are trying to make it, people are making, people like really effing make it. So if you find somebody who's like really effing making it with you, you can incentivize them and say like, hey, do you know of anybody else that's just like you that wants these results just like you? And do you have like an exclusivity thing, or is it like everybody within like a certain city? Because like the way I'm approaching my power partner process is where I really think I'm going to go from like 10 accounts to like 100 accounts, probably in less than 12 months. I'm going with the angle of saying exclusivity, which is like nobody within 30 miles, because in my industry, everybody like hates each other. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's cool if he's on the other side, but don't be in my neighborhood, right? So do you have like something like that as well? Or is it like anybody that's like at the same level, that's just like you, that runs a business as well as you do?
So at first, when we were starting last year, we were doing exclusivity. Now we're actually getting really good with targeting to where we can break up areas and there's really no conflicts at all. Like some of our best performing locations, there's like 2 on top of each other and they're both performing really well. Yeah, it's really weird. And I don't know if that's like a thing, but like we have 2 states, Iowa and Florida. We got locations literally, in Washington. We got locations that are some 2 miles away from each other, one's 5 miles away from each other, and one's like 6 miles away from each other. But they're like some of the best performing locations, and I don't know why. But we break up the targeting to where they don't really overlap. There might be like here and there, but we used to do exclusivity. Now we don't, unless like that's going to make or break the client, and they're going to give us more than one niche. Because now we've also expanded our services to where it's not just body contouring. We're going to talk about that in a bit. Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that in a bit. But I just want to make sure for everybody watching and for everybody who's watching, like whether it's the replay or we chop this up or something like that, like the Power Partner process really involves just getting a singular client, right? And not having to rely on cold emailing Facebook ads or LinkedIn or client outreach to get more clients like your dream client. Just get your dream client, do great work, and then say like, do you know of anybody else like you that wants these results? Because I can pay you for them. And then you went up to them and you just effectively started writing checks, right? Like, hey, here's 20%, and you're going to get it every single month that they stay on board. Is that correct? Correct. Yeah, as long as they're providing ongoing support with us. Yeah.
So that's another key point that I think other people have tried to emulate. The Power Partner process, like break apart. Like the whole purpose of having a 7-figure, 8-figure Power Partner is that they can answer and correct your client when that client is wrong. Because it's one thing to be like, hey, my name is Jeff and I'm the ads guy. I'm gonna tell you why everything sucks. They're just gonna fight me on that, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
But if you've got like Alex Becker calls it a monk on a hill, like they're gonna look up to him and be like, oh, tell me what I'm doing wrong. It's not Jeff's fault. It's your fault. Okay, I need to fix it, right? So that's a relationship, which is the ongoing support. So do you have that like written down, or is it just like you vibe so well with your Power Partner that they get the dance?
I got really lucky with my Power Partner. Like he pretty much, I guess, gets the dance. I mean, we've started to kind of structure this stuff out so we can, systematize it and just make it pretty easy when we do Power Partners. But so far, like if you do a good job of filling them out, you won't really have that problem. And it's really like one of those things you got to test. Like, don't say, hey, if you provide ongoing support, I can pay you monthly. No, it's like, hey, I got Dr. Bayard out here that needs help. Can you take this call for me?
Yeah.
See how they handle it, see what their feedback was, or, oh, hey, yeah, he's a good guy, or, oh my God, that was a waste of my time. Like, see how they deal with it. If they deal with it and then Bayard starts getting good results because of that conversation, then hey, this could be a thing. Like, let's make this an ongoing thing. So definitely like test them every step of the way. Don't just say, hey, I'm gonna write you checks every month, because you're gonna get there's some whack people out there. Like I said, we've had people want to be Power Partners. We have somebody that wants to be a Power Partner that we said no, and now he's trying to start a competing business. And there's just some people, and you got to like watch for that stuff because there's some snaky people out there.
So it's more like you have to establish like a cultural working relationship where like they understand it, they get it, they're willing to teach and learn, and then be reimbursed for it later on, as opposed to going a person like you met for 90 days is working like, hey, can I pay you month after month after month for like training? Like you're not going to find what you expect using that step, right? You have to like, hey, can you do me a favor, take this approach, and then say, hey, you're really, really good at this. Would you be interested in me paying you month after month to do something similar? So that kind of like idea, is that correct?
Exactly. Yeah. That's
Gotcha.
a better way to explain it.
Perfect. Right. And then there's like a fourth step, which I don't think like you and I have an idea of yet, but I think it's worth throwing stuff on the wall and seeing what sticks, because when I think of like a Power Partner process, it can't just be like, hey, Jeff, give me a payment link because me, your Power Partner, wants to send a thing. You have like a mini website that only he or she has access to, or something like that. Like it's his name on there, right?
Yeah.
Like what is that? What is it? How does it make it look like he employs you? Like how do you make that happen on like a public website? You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So of course, like I said, he does all the sales calls, and we made it super easy for him to basically, he can send out proposals or invoices. And it used to be, Jeff, hey, Dr. Whatever is ready to go. Can you send him an invoice? And then it just got kind of like, annoying to do that with how much business we were having. Obviously I'll take any money and I'll do whatever I need to do to get it. But we were like, hey, we can make this better. So we made him a website. He actually just goes in, fills out a type form that we have set up to go to our invoices on PandaDoc. It'll automatically send one out. It says, hey, prepared by Dr. Hoover. It automatically has a note. Hey, this is Dr. Hoover. This is what we discussed. Look it over. Let me know what you think. as soon as they pay it, this is like where the really cool stuff happens. As soon as they sign that invoice and pay it on their phone, they'll get an automatic email. We use automations through Monday and Zapier, but they'll get an automatic email from Lisa, which is Dr. Hoover's assistant. So just selling this whole story that it's Dr. Hoover's ship, Lisa's his assistant, and just kind of like, the other cool thing is like when they fill out that client intake form, that when Lisa sends it, they'll fill that out. Our whole team gets a blast with what needs to be done. It gets, sent to the right departments to make sure it's taken care of. And then we have an automation through High Level now that when that intake form comes back, Dr. Hoover texts them, hey, we just got your intake form back. I got it to the team. They're working on it right now. If you need anything.
Is that really him texting him or not?
That's automation. That's High Level.
Beautiful.
Yeah, but let them know, hey Doc, I got your intake form. The team's working on it right now. Be sure to let me know if you need anything in the meantime, but we'll follow up with you once we need some info from you. And they love it.
And so Lisa is a fake person, or maybe it's a real person on your team, but it definitely is not a Dr. Hoover assistant, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, she kind of migrated into like, she's the company assistant now. Like she used to be my assistant, like when I was starting out, but now it's like, I don't want you to be Jeff's assistant because I don't want people to call Jeff. I want them to call Dr. Hoover. So you're Dr. Hoover's assistant on any correspondence that's going out. But it's automation. So it automatically sends the email from Lisa from her Gmail account. She doesn't have to do anything. And then of course they respond. That's when she'll take over, but she's a live person.
And now this end client is going, wow, not only is Dr. Hoover like, knows what he's doing. He's got a team. His personal assistant reached out to me. He's got departments. Like you're making your power partner look like a business, like industrialist, right? Like he knows what everything is going on and he's perfect. It's really you and your team the whole time, but making sure that your power partner's social status is up here so that when they have a question, guess who they're going to?
Exactly. And then that authority is built too. So like, Dr. Hoover is pretty well known, but like when you have all that, when you brag about being one of the best companies that can do this stuff for you, like, and then you back it up with all these things and you give him that big feel, like he looks like a boss. And then like, so when those follow-up calls happen where they're not getting good results and he has to talk to them, they're going to listen to him because he has his stuff down. Like you can't tell him anything about like, how it's working. It works. So
Lisa just said, I exist, y'all. Lisa, I didn't mean it the way it came out. It's just, I have a fake person too, that like, sometimes it's me, sometimes it's my admin. Like I've got Alex. Right.
Hang on. Let me shout out Lisa. She exists. She's amazing. She was with me from the very beginning. Like she started out texting all the leads when we were getting them. Like she's been here from the beginning. So yeah, she exists. She's my partner in crime with all this. That's
fantastic. So you start off with just you. You have a team of how many now? 6, 7?
No, 10 or 12. I got to count. Hang on. So Lisa, Dr. Hoover. We got 2 other doctors that are in our new program. We got Joshua Centers, Clicks on Command. Shout out Joshua. He actually took the power partner thing. He even told, he's like, man, I watched your interviews. I implemented what you said. And like, he became our biggest competitor. Like he was legit our biggest competitor, started taking some of our clients. I was like, whoa. So we had to acquire him. And I'm glad we did because now we got like the most solid team. We got Josh Alger. He was with me from almost the beginning. That dude is a freaking nerd genius, and not nerd in a bad way. He just knows so much with the back end stuff. It's insane. And he's probably the best copywriter the world's ever going to see. Just wait for it. We got Carlos of Venezuela. Shout out Andrew Guyquid in India. Him and his team do a lot of our ad stuff. Yvette's another account manager. She's insanely good. Ian, the media guy, does all our video and all that stuff. I'm trying to think if I'm missing it. Carlos has a girlfriend. I forgot her name. She does some video stuff for us as well. But yeah, it's like 10 or 12 people now.
That's fantastic. I feel like pretty big. Was there ever a part where like you're bringing on clients and you go, oh my God, this might be a big thing? And the reason why I ask is there's always this like rocket ship moment and your brain catches up to your body. For me, it was like when I signed a $10,000 a month bike shop, I was like, oh my God, this could be real, right? I think you had a similar experience. Like you were on the road, you were like in rush hour traffic and you go live and you had like a 10K day or something like that, right?
Oh yeah. So me and Dr. Hoover used to do these sales blitzes where like we would get, new leads or whatever. And we would just manhandle these things. Like I'd be hitting them up. He'd be hitting them up. This was actually, I went to Colorado, just go visit Colorado. And I was driving to Colorado and from like 6 a.m. to like noon, by the time I got to Colorado, we did like $11,200 in sales. Like it was like the whole time I was on the phone, like back and forth. Dr. Hoover would be calling me. hey, yeah, talking to him about the program, hang up, another one, and then get it back on the phone. But we closed $11,000 in one day. Like that was when it was like, holy crap. Because I had a $30,000 week, but it was like spread out. That first like $11,000 day, I was like, whoa, like there's no limit to this. Like there's no cap on this. So.
And that's ultimately because you teamed up with people that were smarter than you, that could fill in your blind spots and build that infrastructure so that your power partner was enabled to make awesome decisions, look like a pro, and because you got them results, they had confidence in you. Is that correct?
Exactly.
That's fantastic. Now, let's just say that I sign on my power partner. Let's just say I'm doing car washes. I'm not anymore, but let's just say I'm doing car washes, and I find my power partner, and he's bringing on clients and all that fun stuff. And one day we say like, hey, I'm doing all these Facebook ads. I'm doing all this lead gen for all these power partners. Is there something else that we could sell? Some other problem I could solve? Like, is there like a structured way of saying, hey, are there more clients out there? You know what I mean? Like there's only so many car washes, right? Until you start bumping into like, multi-billion-dollar agencies are like, ain't gonna happen, buddy. Right? So like, how do you keep your revenues growing? Is there like a discussion you have with your power partner and then they're like, let's sell more stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So when I met Dr. Hoover, and this probably goes for a lot of power partners, because like if you find that right candidate, again, like there's something about like a person that just handles business well. They're usually more connected than you think. So with Dr. Hoover, when I went out to that like conference in Nashville, he was actually talking about supplements because he's like really like world renowned for supplements. And he was like wanting me to do stuff with that. I had no clue even how to do Facebook ads for local lead gen. So I was like, hey, let's get this going. We'll figure that out later. Fast forward a year later, so he's worked for the supplement company for 13 years. Like he's there on their board of directors or whatever, and like literally runs the company, the whole like professional division. So I was like, man, like you have a lot of like chiropractor like clients that buy this stuff from you. Why aren't we offering this to like our existing client base? Like why isn't this another offering? Because like no joke, these supplements, like they have all the peer-reviewed studies and all these like things to back up like how much better they are and how much simplified the supplement offering can be. So like instead of having tons of products, you can literally have 3 core products. We do functional blood chemistry now to where it actually proves that it works.
That seems like such an advanced word. What the hell is functional blood chemistry? Oh my God.
Dude, I'm telling you, like it's crazy. Like when I think about it, I'm like me and Dr. Hoover had this conversation like a week or two ago. He's like, man, Jeff, like he's like, it's crazy like how far we come. Like you train doctors. And I was like, that's nuts because I didn't even go to college. Like I literally train doctors. Like I like how that sounds, but like I do like, we have connections now with some functional blood chemistry, which is like a way more advanced version of like the blood. When you go get blood drawn, this tells all your indicators, thyroid disorder, all this stuff that I'm learning, which is crazy. But we found a way to package that up to where we increased, some of our clients' bottom line by $5 to $10K a month just by implementing that. And it's such an easy system. Dr. Hoover is like the guru for that. So he teaches it. Then we roll that into supplementation. So we build recurring revenue for them. But there's just so many different offerings like out there, and just asking him like, hey, what else are you good at? What else, what are the other things like you love or passionate about? And, with him, with cars, supplements, like functional health. And it was like, how do we integrate that? And now like we're starting to see all these chiropractors that are starting to integrate functional health, especially with like COVID. Like it's super high on everybody's mind now. So it's like a super easy program that we're rolling out to these, all these places.
So now your offer, what you do in exchange for money, isn't just like lead generation and getting people to come in and buy your normal product or service, but now you're actively going to these people and saying, hey, have you ever thought about selling this thing as well? Have you ever thought about adding this? And by the way, like that is probably like the highest level of brain and dollars you can do. McKinsey, Bain, Boston Consulting, like 90% of the reason why they get paid is like, oh, someone else is doing that over here. Did you want to do it here? We can do that for you, right? And if I understand correctly, you're going to your power partner and say like, hey, is there anything else that you think we should be doing for everybody else? They'll say, yeah. And now you've built that out. You're adding 5 to 10K a month to your client's bottom line. They're never going to drop you. They're happy to pay your fee, and you can actually charge more money because you're doing knowledge transfer. Is that correct? Am I reading this correctly? Like you are like achieving like top tier consulting status without actually going to college? Is that right?
Yeah, that's kind of it. And I won't take all the credit. Like I dreamt all this stuff up myself. Power partner stuff, yes, I'm good at like infiltrating networks and piecing things together. There's some other stuff like we'll probably have to do an interview about like here in 3 months that's like going to blow all your guys' minds. Like nobody's doing it. But as far as like it's pretty much just the ask method. So like with all these calls Dr. Hoover's doing, it's like, he'll call and tell me like, oh, I had a good call with him. We started talking about functional blood chemistry and functional health. And I'm like, I heard that so many times. I'm like, yo, like, what is this? Like, what do we need to do? Like, if everybody ends up asking about that, like, how can we turn that into a product and get that in front of people? And luckily, I mean, he's been working on this course for like the last few years, had no clue how to roll it out. And like, now it's the perfect time. So it just happened from conversations and problems that arose. Just like, hey, what's your number one problem with this? And we find solutions with that. Like,
and what's even more interesting is like when you're trying to solve somebody's number one problem, they don't really care how great the solution is because they're thinking in terms of pain, right? Your future clients who have this blood chemistry problem aren't going, I need the best person in the business because I'm already trying to find a solution. They're coming in saying, everything sucks. I'm in pain. I need to make more money. Coming in like, we're building this out. It's a beta. Would you like to join? They're going like, hell yeah, let's book it. And they're happier because you're talking pain and solving their pain instead of trying to like shove a solution down their throat. I think that's the kind of basic idea, right?
Yeah, and it makes it a lot easier. Yeah.
That's so interesting. So you also are using your power partner to turn angry customers into raving fans, right? And the reason why I think this is so massively important because it ties in with what Nick Robbins talks about and Joel Kaplan talks about. And it's like effectively like, let's just say you get a $3,000 a month client, which is already like a pretty good number, right? Recurring, like it's usually at 2,000, let's just say it's 3. On average, an agency will keep their client 90 days if they're bad. That's a $9K account. But if you keep your client 12 months, you got a $100,000 account, right? Your power partner is helping keep these clients on for exactly that amount of time. Now you're making 100K and not sub 10, right?
Oh, yeah.
So how the hell is your power partnering like 10xing your revenue per client? You know what I mean? Like, what does that look like? What is that conversation when clients like, oh, I hate you? It's like, yeah, it's fine. Go talk to this guy and he signs on again. Like, what does that look like?
Oh yeah, so it's super easy because like I said, and you mentioned it perfectly earlier, like when they're talking to me or like when they were talking to me, it's like, I'm just the ads guy. They're a chiropractor and like, and I'm not trying to like discredit them, but like, they're like higher on the social ladder is what they feel like. So like, they're going to talk to me like I'm a peasant. And then when I put him on the phone with Dr. Hoover, he'll check them real quick, like with his knowledge. And then he's up on that pedestal versus them. So then it's like you said, they're looking up like, oh, what am I doing wrong? And then they listen. And then again, he's real good about like figuring out where they're dropping the ball. Cause like 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10, hey, your guys' service sucks. Okay, well, what's going on? Let's dig into high level. And Dr. Hoover will actually go into high level and like check the calls and like, hey, you guys aren't answering
really
calls. He does all, dude. He's a beast. I got him. He's creating a course in high level himself right now. Like well, we turned him up. But yeah, so he's going through there and like breaking down like each thing into where the point they'll actually, oh, I'm sorry, I guess, yeah, we're not doing that properly. Like we're going to, and then it's easy to sign them back on when they realize and understand that it's them dropping the ball, not us. Cause I mean, we offer so much support. They just need to make sure they're asking for it. And if they don't, he'll say, well, here's what's going wrong. Why haven't you asked us? Or this is in the university. Like, why haven't you, our plus, we had the plus portal.
Okay, talk about this university. Okay, because I called it a client academy, which isn't great. You got plus university, is that right?
It's brand new, yeah. So plus university just dropped. So
I love how it's like a music track. Like,
yeah, sorry,
awesome.
I guess I think of terms like that. But yeah, so we had client. Oh my God, conversion. What was yours? I'm so sorry.
Conversion Academy, yeah.
Okay, so it started with that. Like when I was starting out, Dr. Hoover, I was trying to get him like to stay with me. So I did the testimonial. I gave him the Conversion Academy, and it worked out because your name's Jeff, so it looked like it came like it was made from me.
Right?
So, but gave it to him. He liked it. Later on, once we had a bunch of clients, we were like, holy crap, like, why do we get all the same questions from every single client? Let's solve this with a video and give them a training platform. So we made the plus portal, which had FAQs. It had step 1 through infinity on how to, what to do with your campaign. Here's from step 1 to X, whatever. So then now after we teamed up with Josh, Clicks on Command, that dude's a genius. He comes from like cold calling and is like the most savage person on the phone. But actually we have a little sales blitz this next week, and a little competition. I'm gonna slaughter him in sales. But anyways, sorry, Josh. But anyway, so we put together this awesome academy that was like way beyond just like frequently asked questions. Like now it's got Josh Centers, who's like probably the best person I've heard on the phone, like showing you how to like, make these cold calls, or how your front desk can make these cold calls, and activity tracking and all this stuff. So it's like way beyond just like FAQs and little tips and tricks. It's like full blown. here's what you need to do, whether you're using us or whether you're using another company, this is what it's going to take to make your stuff successful. So now we call it the Plus Plus University because Dr. Hoover's in there training stuff. I'm in there teaching stuff. We got account managers in there teaching stuff. Like every aspect of the business, somebody's teaching something about that in there.
So yeah, there he is. Right. So when I think of like Nick Robbins, who runs a very successful Facebook ads agency for medical centers and medical offices. I don't want to share his niche, but you know what I mean? They're based out of Utah. He talks about how the mistake that everybody makes is saying you think you're only doing lead gen. The next offer, the next evolution is like booked appointments. And after that's probably prepaid appointment, which is what you get into. But the ultimate bang for the buck is actually like full on real life business effing consulting. Like you can have a relationship with your client, be like, hey, I get it. You're in Colorado. You're having this like big problem. By the way, we've solved it for this company in New York. Here's the video. Walk through it. Your job is done. And you solved your client's, let's just say, $100,000 a year problem. They will stay with you forever.
Yep.
Like forever. And it took you no time. You gave them the video.
Exactly. Yeah. You do it once. It's infinite inventory. You can give that to every client from then on.
And you can keep your clients for 12 months. And now your $10,000 client, which most agency would beg, borrow, and steal to get, is $100,000 a month, $100,000 client. You've got multiple power partners. You've got a structure, system, processes, tools. You've got a way of thinking that scales. And there's no reason why you can't build, what is your goal, like 10 million, something like that? Like there's nothing stopping you from doing that other than just another Jeff, right?
Yeah, half a million a year with this agency by the end of this year's the goal.
The new one.
Sorry, $500,000 a month. Sorry.
$500,000 a month.
$500,000 a month with practice stuff. So.
All right, look, to step out of character for a bit, Lopez, what the fuck? What industry are we in where we can have like real life conversations about going to like $500,000 a month? Like, this is absolutely nuts. You got a raise beyond anything you could possibly imagine. Joshua Center's got a raise beyond anything possibly imagined. Algers is like industry moving forward type stuff. You've got a team that you can employ. You don't have money problems no more. You're just trying to push yourself as far as effing possible. Like ultimately that's like what happens when you get out of your way and start trying to solve problems for other people, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like the biggest thing when I was putting that presentation together for Miami, like my thing is like, you got to pay to play. As soon as I try to stop doing everything, which to be a little, I guess, arrogant, I feel like I'm really great at a lot of things. Like I can do everything, but as soon as I stopped having that mindset, I was like, let me find a person that does that and just pay them. Then it's like, it's not an expense. It's like, hey, how much more can we make by adding this person and paying them a salary? How much more can we make by adding this VA that does this? And now it's like my philosophy with my agency is like, guys, I just want to run as fast as I can, kick up dust, and you guys deal with the mess. But they eat that shit up. Like they're so good. Like that, each person plays their role, and because I hired them specifically for their roles, like we're like a football team. Like we gonna win the Super Bowl every year. Like
I think that is such a powerful line of thinking because you actually don't want a family. You don't want a community. That's like support. Everybody's gonna play nice, stuff like that. No, you want a NFL team that's trying to get to the Super Bowl, where people know they got to be the best quarterback, running back, line. I don't even know this. I don't know sports, but you know what I mean, right?
Either, but yeah, we're out for blood, like all of us.
So like in like long term, like 5 to 10 years, you see this power partner process is powering like the next tier of like what you're doing and how you're doing with you and your team, correct?
Oh yeah, I've already branched. There's like I'm on Power Partner 3.0 right now with the stuff we're putting together. Like, but it's like a structure that we can follow. So like you guys can see the Cryo Client Boost. We got a little Power Partner in this right now. We're actually starting to work on this, but it's just such a framework. And like, so my philosophy now is like, I saw how well, like we were able to like build this practice side. So there's Plus Plus My Practice. That's Dr. Hoover's the face. We got everything running the back end. We got some great account managers. But ultimately I'm building these things where the power partner is the face of the company. He's running the company. He has everybody in the support system. And then we're finally wanting another company that somebody else can be the face of and run. We're just facilitating this all. Like, I mean, we acquired, Clicks on Command, one of the best decisions ever. We're probably going to look at acquiring some other smaller agencies just to help facilitate these new niches we're going in. And basically, we're just going to be the backbone to a lot of different things.
And that's going to enable your clients to move faster, be better. You're getting out of your own way by saying, I'm not going to actively try to be an expert in everything, but instead try to attract and pay experts what they're worth. And all I want to do is have a machine that just works. And that's ultimately what you got. I'll tell you what, Jeff, would you be comfortable doing like a behind the scenes look and like a paid masterclass, like a plus power partner masterclass? Like we take a look at the Client Academy, like how you're having those conversations, the plus university, all that fun stuff. Is that like something you'd be kosher with?
I'll do that. I'll give you everything I got. Cause like I said, it's like, we're good. Like, I'm not worried about competition. We'll eat them up. So I just want people to take this and run with it too. Cause like this literally changed my life in less than a year. Like I was literally broke. Like I couldn't even fathom, like I was to the point where I'd already made $1 million in 2013. Well, 932,000 in 2013, went broke. Sorry, went
like,
broke.
No, it's 932. Okay, yeah.
Well, yeah, because I didn't hit that million mark. It bugs me to this day. But so 932K went broke, and like I got to the point, like so, like mentally, like I was to the point where like I couldn't even picture $3,000 a month. So when I got that first client, like when I say I cried like because it was like the most beautiful thing to me. And it just didn't even make sense. Like God was blessing me. Like I couldn't control it. But now it's like, man, like if we only do like, 75,000 in a month, like during Corona, it's like, holy crap, what happened? Like, this is awful. Like, and it's like a whole different way of thinking. Of course, like we got back up, clients are coming back, everything's great, but it's like just weird to be in such a different mindset and different place. So
here's the craziest thing. You and I both come from like a very poor background. Like we remember like being hungry and having to earn our keep. And once you're on the other side, like you have this like infinitely cash on demand system. Let's say everything goes to hell. You got to start all over again. In 90 days, you're going to be at $500,000. Like, rich people's skills. Like that's what it is, right? Which is entirely different than like what you and I grew up with, which is like absolutely mind blowing. I do want to say for everybody watching, if you're interested in having Jeff Lopez do a Power Partner Masterclass, just hashtag Masterclass. There's enough interest. We'll figure out a time to go live and things like that. And behind like a paid masterclass, we're going to sell tickets to it. So if you're interested in having Jeff Lopez do a masterclass, just hashtag masterclass. We'll take a tally and see what's up. But like I was saying, like once you're on like the other side, like you see these like $1 million skills. Like you see it's all about solving problems and doing it systematically. And like, damn man, like Elon, honestly, like I've seen that dude present. He ain't that good, right? Yeah. But like he knows he's like $1 million skill sets, like Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, like even like the everyday 10 millionaires, people who have like 10 million in the bank every year, like they just think differently, right? And you made that migration, you came to the other side, and now like, yo guys, you want to pop the hood? And there's a group of like 44,000 people. Every single person should be hashtagging masterclass. Like if you don't, this is not going back on the store. This is not going up for replay. This is like live, and it's going to be fucking mind blowing. So,
and let me just tell y'all, like this really did change my life, and I've helped other people implement this, and I know it's changed their lives as well. Like this, if y'all want to do the masterclass, like if there's enough interest, I will make this the greatest thing, like y'all ever. Like I'm actually starting this with other people right now, and like I know for a fact if I start from scratch, which is what I had to start at, this is a way I didn't have to spend money because I couldn't afford to spend money. I did not know how to do cold emailing. Like this is a system that works. Like if you have no money to spend, like this is what, if I went broke tomorrow, this is the same strategy I'm using, and I'm gonna rank back up really quick. I guarantee you. Like
how much? So let's just say you're doing, I'll just make the math easy. Let's just say you're doing $100,000 a month at that point, right? Like way back in the agency doing $100,000 a month.
Yeah.
Is that like 90% Power Partner? Is it 50%? Is it all Power Partner?
Oh yeah, that was literally all Power Partner and word of mouth. I mean, yeah, like maybe, I don't know, 25% was probably like word of mouth, but like it was his network and blasting out these emails to his people and then word of mouth from that. Like it's, that's another thing. So like there's Power Partners, but then also referrals. Like some months we'll juice our referral up to, hey, send me person, I'll give you $1,000. Like if you send me 10, I'll give you $10,000. Like there's no cap. Like if you want to make some money, send me people. Like you pay to play. I don't care if I don't make money on the first month because our customer service, our system's so good. I'm gonna keep the client for 12 months. I'm gonna make money. I'll pay $5,000 to get a new client. Like I'm gonna make it back.
Because you're thinking in terms of 12 months, not 90 days, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Hot damn, that's good shit. That's real good shit. So if I understood correctly, right? There's a lot of masterclasses. There's not enough. I'm counting them, but we'll get there. So like, if I understand correctly, when you're at 100K a month, 75,000 of that was from a Power Partner, right?
Yeah, I mean, only 6,000 of it wasn't. Like, I mean,
oh my God.
That's how crazy it was. Like, I stopped reaching out. Like I landed 2 clients on my own. And then after that, infiltrating networks and Power Partner, everything.
So you went from 2 clients to 30 just using the Jeff Lopez plus Power Partner process. Damn, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, and that was like before it was unrefined. Now it's like I know the steps I took. I know how to do it. I know like the process is there. That was like figuring it out along the way and duct taping the shit together. Like
yeah, and now you've got a super refined process, a super series of steps that make sense, and this is copy and pasteable for you. So like if you literally like remember Russell Brunson was like, if I had to start at 0 all over again, like
man, hang on, the book you told me to put under my mic.
Yeah, if Jeff Lopez was writing a book, it would just be Power Partner, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'll tell you what, I think it's so damn cool to see people like you and Josh and Christine like find a big problem and solve it doing it consistently. You're doing like 10K days. Joshua Centers was at like $20,000 or $30,000 a month before you're like, hey Josh, let's team up. Christine is doing $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 days. Like there's mad people inside the EIC that are consistently saying like, yo,
David too. So
yeah, David Murillo too. Yeah, it's like it's absolutely nuts that like once you figure out something that works, all you have to do is make that shit work better, right? You don't have to be an expert in everything. And I think that's what like I got messed up in school, and probably the same for you. Is like, remember like that report card where it was like AAA, FFF, and you're like, why do the Fs count? I didn't even go to class. Like right. There should be no reason. It should be 3 A's and nothing else, right? So
funny story. I got suspended from school for changing my report cards. My report cards always looked good. I had a little photo scanner, and I would like cut out the letters and then paste them and do the math and get the right GPA. And then I would give my mom's beautiful report card until like a teacher called and the grades didn't match up and I got suspended. Because I was I was charging other students for their lunch money to do that also.
That is fantastic. I call that entrepreneurial, right?
Yeah.
So we got about 8 minutes left, ladies and gents. If you have any questions, now is the time to ask. Jeff and I both get a lot of PMs. We can ever guarantee like responses and support like that. If you're interested in Masterclass, hashtag Masterclass, or otherwise drop your questions and answers in here right now. I guess we got to go on.
I was gonna say, I saw somebody said, did he just say he keeps 6K out of 100K? No, not at all. No, I'm a lot more than that.
No.
6K was like the amount of business that I got myself. I got 2 clients like literally on my own from like my outreach, but then through those 2 clients, I like just infiltrated their networks, and then everything else like to get me to 100K and beyond came from like their referrals and like this Power Partner system. So the 6K was just like how many clients I got by myself before I implemented this system, and it was like no point in going back.
That is absolutely fantastic. I'll tell you what, now that I'm restarting my agency and a Corona-friendly business, I'm having like a massive amount of success because like I chose my niche correctly, because I'm having like direct, strong conversations. And I'll tell you what, I'm not coming in like asking politely. I'm like, yo, do you want this or not? Let's go. And my niche is like very blue collar, like no fluff allowed, right? But I'll tell you what, they're all part of a franchise. Every single one of them. And if I go one and I incentivize that guy correctly, I've got that entire franchise. And there's about 5,000 to 15,000 of those small business owners across the US. $15,000 times $3,000 is a big number. And that's every single month. You know what I mean? And like, if I could take your Power Partner process, anybody could use your Power Partner process to do the same exact thing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely fantastic. Is there anything else you feel like somebody who's just watching this, just starting out, somebody who's on the fence, like, I don't know if I should do Facebook ads, I don't know if I should do agency work, like, you know, that like brain trash where like you're just so used to being hurt, you're not sure what to do. Like, do you got like any like last comments, concerns, thoughts, or ideas for like that one person in the audience, things like that?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, my philosophy has always been like, and actually again, shout out to Brianna Puente. She said this, and I'm sure it was a quote from somebody else, but she said, entrepreneurs are the type that jump off the cliff and like build a plane or build their wings on the way down. That's like my approach with everything, because like when I started this February 13th, when I got my first client, I cried, like I said, but I also was like, holy crap, what do I do now? I don't even know what body contouring is. And guess what? Like when you put yourself in those positions, you're going to learn a lot faster because you have to, rather than sitting here and trying to make everything perfect. And like, that's our new philosophy with like our agency is like finished is better than like done, or finished is better than perfect. Because we've been like overcomplicating stuff. Like even until the last couple months, we were overcomplicating stuff and wanted to make sure it was perfect and make sure it had that plus golden standard. But then we stopped and we're like, you know what, just put the stuff out. And like, we started doing that. It was a little bumpy, but like people responded to it really well. We learned what needed to be improved. It was so much easier to make those improvements after people were telling us what sucked or what needed to be worked on. So like, don't get in your own way. Like, it does not have to be perfect. Just get out there and do it. Guess what? When you jump in the pool, you're going to learn how to swim or you're going to drown. Like, I mean, don't sit there and just not enjoy the pool. Like,
and if I'm understanding correctly, like every time you've done that and solved it, was that problem like so dang hard? Or is it like you really just had to be in that position to figure out the easiest solution?
Oh, it was never hard. Like that's the one thing I always was just like, this stuff is not as hard as I thought it was going to be. Like, it sounds intimidating, but as soon as you're put in that position, like you said, it's like something clicks and something makes sense, or like the experience is there and like all the components you need to like reshape are there to put the problem together. So much easier than trying to think of it from the outside in.
When I see people in the public group who feel like they're stuck and they're unsure, it's usually their brain saying you can't make a mistake. It's usually their brain saying you can't mess this up, you can't fail. They're coming from a place where like failure is like so disincentivized that it's painful. And from what I'm reading from you is like, look, dude, you're gonna fail. Just put it on the marketplace. Half of it's gonna suck. They're gonna tell you what to fill with that other half, right? Mm-hmm. So like, stop worrying about failing and start thinking about how great it could be. Your job is just get the first 5 to 10 responses, 5 to 10 pieces of feedback, and then build out the second half of that ship. Is that the right way to think about this?
Exactly right. I mean, I'm actually training 2 completely new people right now that are like not even in the agency world. And they're like, oh my God, what do I say? And like, so we recorded a video. I was like, you don't even need to know what to say. Like, all you have to do is get the first step out of the way. As soon as we get the first step, we'll worry about the second step. I don't care if you don't know like how to even get in Facebook Business Manager. Like, it does not matter. Start on the first step, get to that point. At the point you're there, guess what? We got to learn a new skill. Let's focus on that when that comes. If it never gets to that point, what's the point of even like worrying about it? So
I guess, and I always relate everything to dating or the gym, right? Like, there's no use in saying, I don't know if this girl will get married to me, so I'm not going to ask her out on a date. Not any good. Don't do that. Just ask her out, right? There's no advantage in worrying about stuff 3 years down the line, much less 30 days down the line when it comes to your business. And even like with the gym, like you can't be so massively concerned about whether or not the gym is packed, if you got the right shoes, if you're doing everything right. No. Winners with the gym just go to the gym, and they just go to the gym more often and accept the fact that like sometimes they're gonna have a shitty workout, but it doesn't matter because they're going back to the gym the next day, right?
Exactly. And I'm gonna say something about Funnel Hacking Live. I hope nobody takes any offense to this, but like when I went to Funnel Hacking Live, like this year, like that was one of the coolest things to me, because like last year I really wanted to go. I had no money to go, not in the position. Like, it was my dream. So this year I went, of course, hung out with Jeff, had a house, awesome. But like the people that I met, like they had 2 Comma Club awards. I thought I was going to be blown away. Like, these guys are so super smart and this and that. And no offense to anybody who's got a 2 Comma Club award. I'm probably not talking about you, but there's a few that I met. It was like you're a Subway employee. Like, that's like you ain't anything special. Like, how do you have a 2 Comma Club award? And it's like, they just go out there and do. So it's like, I respect their hustle. Again, if you work at Subway, man, get money. I don't care how you get it. But I'm just saying, like, I thought their level of intelligence was going to be like, I thought I was going to be disqualified to even be in that conversation. And like, they talked to me like I'm up here, and I was like, you got a 2 Comma Club award? Like, I thought you were going to be brilliant. Like, you just a regular person. They're like, I just did it, and go out there and do it. That's it. That's all it is.
Just regular people that did it. That's the difference.
People, yeah. We're all regular people.
Very cool. We're going to bring the sucker to a close. Again, ladies and gents, Jeff Lopez with Plus Plus, soon to be Plus Plus everything. If you'd like us to do a Power Partner Masterclass, just hashtag Masterclass. Jeff, it's been an absolute pleasure. Stay on board. We're going to debrief. But ladies and gents, see you guys later. Bye.
See you guys. Thank you.